I would like to report something lost. No need to report it. Then you know already. Why else would you be here? I know this is called the Office of Lost and Found, but I don't really have any found things. If you're here, it's because something's gone missing. So no need to report lost things. That's all we have. It's really not the Office of Lost and Found. It's either lost or found. And if it's found, then it's not my problem. This would really be better called the Office of Lost and Not Yet Found, or Lost and Forgotten. I'm quite forgotten here. I never wanted this job. I was hoping for an entry-level position in accounting. That's where things are really happening. I'm sorry. How can I help you? Can you help me find Jack Hart? When did you see him last? It's been quite a while. I don't really remember when I saw him. Not last week or last month. I suppose I took him for granted. We would meet from time to time, but then the time between our meetings had become quite long. I never expected not to see him. Well, how do you know he's missing? It's been a long time since we met. That's it. I've seen the other three. The other three Jacks. There are 4 Jack Harts? No. Besides you, there is Jack Clubs and Jack Spades. So let me get this right. You're saying that there are only 4 Jacks. Yes, isn't it obvious? No, not at all. How long have you had this idea? I thought if anyone would know about where he was, or perhaps you could send someone out to look for him. Look, we're very busy. You have not given me much to go on. You know, some Jack Hart character may be missing because you haven't seen him. He might just turn up tomorrow. Please, this is important. We must find him. Okay, what does this Jack Hart look like? Well, he had yellow hair and black eyes. Maybe he also had a mustache. This is not much to go on. What was he last seen wearing? I can't remember. I just thought that if you knew his name, there is only one Jack Hart. How do you know there's only one? And don't say it's obvious, because frankly, it's not. It's in the design of things. That is you and I, well, we're a part of a pattern that includes all of us. This is beginning to sound very fishy. You say you're in some pattern. Are you trying to include me in some kind of conspiracy? I don't know you. You come in here with this theory that someone is missing just because you believe there's supposed to be 4 Jacks? I thought if anyone was able to understand the pattern, you would understand why it's important that we find him. There you go again about this pattern. What on earth are you talking about? How did you come up with this idea that there was a pattern at all? I didn't make this up. I don't know who did. The pattern has been around for centuries. It's like a calendar. It may not have always been this way. Someone must have invented it. I just don't know who or why. You had better start explaining what you mean by this pattern, because you're making some serious accusations here. Yes, accusations. Okay. There are 4 suits: hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades. Each one represents one of the 4 seasons. There are 12 face cards, one for each of the signs of the zodiac, and there are 3 face cards for each suit: Jack, King, and Queen. Each one represents an aspect of the zodiac, cardinal, fixed, and mutable. There are 52 cards altogether, one for each week of the year, and if you add up all the marks on all the cards, you have 365, one for each day of the year. So you see, because of the pattern, there must be a Jack Heart somewhere. I think, let me just say that there are many other possible explanations for these coincidences. Yes, coincidences. I, for one, am not a part of any pattern. It's not by our design that we are this way. It's the way we were made. We must find Jack Heart, or else we're incomplete. Your whole theory is that there are only 4 Jacks. What if there are only 3, or 9, or 17? How can I find someone if you can't even tell me what he looks like? You could ask me to find a celestial teapot, and how could I prove it does not exist? You must convince me that it does. How many kings do you know? Well, there are 4 that come to mind. I may not have met them all. Now, including myself, how many queens have you met? Well, there are 2 red and 2 black, so coincidentally, I know 4. So, how many Jacks are there? Well, there's so many, I can think of at least 5. Really? Listen, this is all very interesting. I'll make a report. Why don't you believe me? It doesn't matter what I believe. I said I would file a report, and that's all you need to believe. Let me speak to someone in charge of this office. Hold on there. I am no ace, but I know my job just fine. If you want to file a complaint, then I will need to hold the report from leaving the district office until this matter is cleaned up. I can give you the necessary forms. I'm sorry, I don't need to complain. I just want to find Jack Heart. I would like to help, but I don't know where to begin. If I accept this idea, there are only 4 Jacks, then he's bound to turn up. And if he doesn't, does that mean you were wrong, or that we are now somehow incomplete? I don't understand why you must concern yourself with this pattern. It's not the pattern that matters, it's Jack. I want to tell him something. If you see him, will you give him a message for me? Let me get my pen. What would you have me say? We are but playing cards. We are dealt one hand to play many games with. Solitaire, hearts, old maid, go fish. However we draw, cut, or shuffle our hand is made of many little hap. It is all we have to play our time out at the table. We stay or we fold. And by folding there may be no later time to stay on. To know better than chance is just a bluff. So according to Hoyle, the cruel luck and happy casualty of our game goes on. Well, I'll be sure to pass this along. Oh, crazy lunatic conspiracy theory? What does she take me for? A joker?